Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel, and this is
The ugly truth.
The ugly truth. It doesn't matter how upset you get, it doesn't matter how much you don't want to hear it, we
truth.
will tell you.
We'll let the cat out of the bag.
Exactly. So as usual, we won't bore you with introduction, we'll just get straight to it. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. It's very important to us. I mean, that's why we're here, right?
Exactly.
So our topic today is gonna be, how long should a woman wait in a relationship before she expects marriage proposal? How long should the man date you before he proposes to you? How long should you not wait? Like, you should know this one, he doesn't have a future.
Now play carry and come.
Exactly. Like, he's using you to wait for his main wife. So that will be our topic today. So I'm gonna let Z start talking.
Okay, I think for me,
So that they will roast you. Tell us what you think.
I think maybe at most 1 year.
Okay.
Reason why, because in relationship, so a lot of people say the first 2-3 months, all of una they do EAE. Like everybody is trying
pretending to be who he's not.
Exactly.
To
So you're trying to pretend, especially when you like the same person in question. So you're trying to pretend to show the good side of you before he sees the real you, or before she sees
the ugly side of
you. So I think 1 year would do, because okay, in that 1 year you'll be able to know if he is the one or if she is the one. You tend to see the ugly side of the other person and decide at that moment if you really want to go with that person or you don't want to go with that person. But if you're going to use like maybe some months, I don't think you're going to get the real answer you're looking for. So, but in a year, you guys will fight, you come back together,
you quarrel,
in short, you block and unblock, you delete pictures you have together, you do a lot of things in that 1 year. Well, months, I feel it's kind of short to get the right answer you're looking for. So I think 1 year would do.
Okay. So that's for both parties. That's for both parties you're talking, right?
Yes.
It should take a woman 1 year to decide if this man is the right person for her. And it should take the man 1 year to decide if this woman is the right person for him.
Exactly.
Well, Zainab is neutral. I am not. I am a girl's girl. Like, exactly, based on what I feel women should accept or what women shouldn't accept. Because women have been tolerating a lot of things for long, so we are here to set a new dawn, like revolution. So as for me, I honestly think, I'm not going to talk about, because it's not a woman that makes proposals in marriage, right? It's not a woman that will tell the man, you have to marry me. Even if she tell him, if he's not ready, if he's not willing to, he wouldn't. So I believe a woman getting ready to get married is almost not that relevant.
Okay.
It's not that too relevant. It's always the man. He's the one that sponsored the marriage in most cases, right? He's the one that is there for, that is ready to bring in someone into his life and stuff. So I believe for a woman, when she's dating, she should expect marriage. That's, I'm talking about a high value woman, a woman that adds value to a man's life, not a woman that is just waiting to receive and not give anything out. Naturally, men, there is one person I once had a conversation with. He saw his wife on someone's status, and right there and then he knew this is the kind of woman he wants to be with. Right there and then he knew her physical look, her physique, her calmness, her aura and everything is what he wants in his wife. And he decided he's going to marry this woman. He went and started dating her, and then 3 months into the relationship he proposed and they got married.
Okay.
But me, I believe you should not date a man more than 6 months. When you reach 6 months, start having alternatives. I keep telling women, just because he takes you out in the car, you drive around town, you cruise around town, you do a thing or two together, he buys you shawarma and pizza.
On top of it, no go last.
It doesn't mean you are who he wants to marry. Maybe he's just using you to get to his next relationship, to get to his main relationship. A man knows if you are worthy of being his mother's kid 6 months into the relationship at max. At max, I say 8 months. That's for dumb ones that can't make decisions, or if he has other things that is keeping him back. But if a man is ready for marriage and he seeks for for you to be his girlfriend and stuff like that. 6 months into the relationship, he would know your character in and out. Besides, even it's psychologically proven that human beings cannot pretend more than 3 months. Anyone that can pretend more than 3 months is a sociopath.
Exactly.
So normal human beings cannot pretend more than 3 months. If you pretended for 3 months, the next 3 months you would show your real color eventually, even if it's not all. And besides, like my grandmom used to say, you can't know someone's 100% character until you live together.
Exactly.
Until you live together,
one way or the other, we must have one thing or two
that the other person doesn't know. Exactly. Because zaman bai zama an fara tunanin kowa ya fito da shege din shi on display ba, you understand? So at every point in a relationship, the man is taking notes in his mind, consciously or unconsciously. He's taking notes of how would she respond if I do this, how would she not respond if I do that. And in most cases, this man's generation, they take out the easy one. In most cases, it's the easy ones they want, not the strong one, not the independent one, not the educated one, not
I think that's for the that's for men that are not responsible, because I believe anyone who is responsible,
a high valued man wants a high valued woman. Exactly.
So a lot of men who are looking for a woman who is not
that
strong
they can
and
do whatever it is and get away with it.
He is not responsible and he's not willing to change. But if you are a responsible man, you would want the best from your woman, because whatever she does shows exactly who you are.
Exactly. And there's one other thing I look at in a man, personally, I'm not saying every other person or every other woman should do that. A man that considers how you would survive after him, how you and the kids would cope after him. Would you have to change your lifestyle? Would you have to beg? Would you have to be uncomfortable? So, and a weak woman cannot do that. A weak woman cannot maintain the lifestyle you're giving her after you're gone. At least we know a man's income is different from a woman's income, but at least you have basic necessities. When you're not there, your family will have basic necessities. So if your man doesn't consider all of that, it's a red flag for me. So after 6 months in the relationship, he has everything you want. He has the looks, he has the financial capacity, he has the buoyancy to take care of you, he has the family background you want. Let's say he marks at least 70 to 80% of what you want in a man. Though it's hard.
Exactly, that's what I'm about to say.
But I'm just saying,
in this generation
you
of
got
ours,
the best.
I think 50-50 should do, because if you are waiting for 60, 70, 80,
I'm giving a situation where you got the best option, Nima. If it takes him a certain amount of time, just let him go. If you can, don't break up. I don't advise women to break up. Don't be saying,
just go. You don't need to be like,
on the side. He calls you, you pick. He doesn't call you. Another person toasts you, collect share number.
Just be like the cashier in the bank. If the next person comes, you be like, next. As easy as that. That's the only way you have your peace.
I like that. I like
that, because
she's not being neutral now.
It's true, no matter how I'm a woman, so I should understand with our feelings and everything.
And with the society that keeps thinking women's value diminishes with their time, but the man's value achieves more value with time. You understand? Once you get to 30, 40, 50, when you get married,
the man with your money at 80, you can still get sweet 16.
Exactly. We have them here. I don't want to mention names.
Like I said, it's obviously like the table has also turned, kind of. Because here in northern Nigeria, you see a guy of 23, 28 getting married to a woman of 60. But not in Nigeria anyways. Outside Nigeria.
Exactly. He's getting another value.
Yes.
The other day, one of our senators made a tweet saying, why is it that Nigerian men cannot marry their age mates that are Nigerians, but they can marry someone that is older than their mother if she's a foreigner?
And it's normal.
Exactly. And look at all those people that are marrying foreigners. The woman would visit him in Nigeria and they get married the next week.
Yes.
That's to tell you, if a man wants to you, I keep telling women, if a man wants you, he will do it. No matter how difficult it is, he will do it. I have one of my cousins, he doesn't have a job. They just graduated from school. He's doing this printing stuff here and there, you know. They're not even in this state, but still it's the northern part of Nigeria. And the girl is even a Christian. Her family are Christian, but when they were in school, he was able to she got to change her fate because of the love she had for him.
Wow.
And he loved her too so much. If you're talking with him every minute, he'll
It's
mention
all about
her name. Exactly. When they finished school, and she came from a family that are a bit more buoyant than he is, they're a bit richer. Her mom was against it, everyone was against it, but she said she loved him. That was how that guy was saving money. He became skinny as hell. He was saving money because he wanted to rent an apartment and marry that girl. And that was what he did. So I keep telling women, if a man doesn't provide for you, if a man is not putting effort to do stuff for you, it's because he doesn't. Because naturally, whether you are, why is it that when you have a tire issue on the road, maybe you bust your tire or you had a flat tire or something like that, if you park, any mad person will want to stop and help you.
Yes.
In most cases, you don't see.
They are providers.
They are provider. The other day we were asking for powder in this studio, and he just couldn't help himself.
He had to get
He
it.
had to find it, even though we don't really need it. You understand? We told him stop.
Exactly.
But for the fact that we've identified that as a problem, he just couldn't stop. So
yes, they are naturally problem
solvers. They just want to solve the problem.
Yes.
Even if it's at home. I gave an example on my page the other day. Like, for example, we here in Nigeria, we know we don't have electricity stable. It's not in developed countries where you have light 247. Here we have, like, they do shifting. You have light for 4 hours.
Then the other area have for another 4
hours, or 8 hours, and the other area have for 8 hours, or stuff like that. So in a situation where there is no light in a particular area and you guys are supposed to have light, it's your shift, the men in the area cannot sleep.
They can't.
They will come out trying to find a solution. Not because they will die if they sleep through that night and allow it to be till morning. Not because they cannot sleep in the darkness.
Because
not
they
because
feel
it
they
will
are
affect them.
solvers.
But they've identified a problem and they just want to solve it. If a man identified not having you as a problem, he just wants to have you.
Yes.
You just want to find a solution. Exactly. Be it what there was someone that commented, what if she's dating a student and even himself he's getting it from his parent? I said, even if it's 1 naira.
Like, seriously, I don't even know how to put it.
Honestly, it's the truth. Even if it's 1 naira, how little.
No matter how. See, even if he's getting 1 kobo, out of that 1 kobo, he would want to do something for you.
He will remove cents out of it and give you. For example, now he gets $1 is around 1,500 naira now. Let's say his parents gives him $1 every day. That's 1,500 naira for feeding, school fees. Because here in Nigeria, $1 can actually feed you for maybe for lunch when you're in school, and then it will take you and bring you back home. $1 could do that. So if, for example, his parents give him $1 every day, he will remove like 500 naira and starve himself and give to you. That is how men are. If he don't do that, he doesn't want you. He identifies you as a problem. Not having you in his life is a problem. He gets uneasy. He's scared someone would come and take you away. He's scared you might fall out of love with him. One reason or the other, he's gonna want to hook you up. He's gonna want to engage you or put a ring on it or get married to you or see your family or see your parents. All he would want to do
at that moment is just for you to come to his house as his own.
So that he will stop having those fears. So in 6 months, if that man is not willing to do that, because men are logical, they think more critically than we do. In 6 months, if all the thinking he can do, all the understanding will do, never reach understanding.
That means you are not the one.
Find a part 2. Find a part 2. Even if you're the one, he's not sure. He's not sure. That is why it took him that time. And he should be sure as a man in 6 months that it is you he wants or it is you he doesn't want. I told you, from mere status, we've seen people that are from ordinary status, from pictures.
They make decisions.
All these people that keep coming from another country to marry another girl. A few years ago, there was a lady in Kano that a guy from UK saw her picture on Facebook and they started talking. He came down and he married her. He converted to her faith. It trended for a while, you know. So why would I have to sit down and be a Lord of the Rings holding your ring?
Yes, I can see a lot of ladies have been wearing rings
for years. 10 years.
All because you're holding on to somebody that he is not even sure of what he wants with you.
And those kind of relationships, man, are not really sweet. You are just holding on to an assumption of what he showed you in the first relationship. So why would I do that?
It's actually tiring. It is. Sometimes you need to meet new people, share new ideas and everything to see if it's something that is going to work.
I know it can be scary meeting someone from scratch, like finding a new relationship from scratch. But some things it is. You know, when you get used to someone when you're open to someone, you're friendly with him, let's say he treats you the way you want to be treated, you know, it's kind of scary starting from scratch, doing all those pretending the start.
I think if you want to see it that way, it could be one of the reasons why a lot of women will still be in abusive relationships, because they don't want to start from.
If you don't want to start from scratch, you won't succeed. All these successful people we know, even if it's financially, they failed 1,001 times.
Yes,
there was one lady that she was doing, I think it's a YouTube show or something. She was going around and asking men, would you want a stay-at-home wife, or would you want a working class wife that would provide 50-50? And that person said he doesn't want his wife to contribute 1 naira to his household.
Wow.
And she was
how
like,
responsible.
And she was like, do you feel the connection? And he said, what connection? She was like, between me and you.
Because she wants a man who is responsible as well.
And they are married now. All she does 247 is do TikTok and Instagram. He's there working. She's spending his money, and she keeps saying this.
Naturally, that's what it's supposed to be. Exactly. A man, as the man, you in short, you should do 100%.
Exactly.
As your wife, I should be your supporter. Exactly. There's nothing like you bringing 50, I am bringing 50. I think I had one relationship in the past like that, and the person said to me, when he came, I think along 6 months or even before 6 months, he decided, okay, this is what he wants. And I was like, okay, fine, it's cool. So along the line, he said, okay, I was working then, I was doing okay. So he used to be a banker. So he said, the next thing he said to me was, okay, since this is what we're trying to do, maybe if we're married someday, very soon, hopefully, we have to share the bills. And I was like, okay, I don't understand, we have to share the bills. How? And he said, if he happens to be paying the house rent, I'll pay the school fees.
Water bill.
And if I'm paying the school fees, he'll buy food. That one is only, he will be the one to buy food and everything. But the children, we have to share it one way or the other. And immediately he said, so I packed my slippers, I did like this. It can never be you and I. Because
the audacity to even say,
do you understand? And I didn't say I was done. I started giving attitude. If he doesn't call, I'm good. And he started complaining like, you don't call anymore, you don't care. I didn't really tell him this is exactly my reason, but eventually he got tired.
But there is no even point. Even if you tell him, I cannot do you bring relationship, eventually when you get married, he has already locked you down.
Exactly.
He would
so I felt there was no point to tell him this is the reason why I am leaving. But I started giving attitude that he got to understand that, okay, this person is no longer into me. I need to change exactly what I see about her and everything. And I left. And later on, as God will have it, he got married. And what happened? The same person he's married to happened to be a full-time housewife.
Is it? You are not who he really wants, Neva.
And along the line, we got talking. We reconnected, not as boyfriend and girlfriend. We were just talking. And I was like, okay, the last time I checked, this same person who is married now to a full-time housewife wanted a woman whom he can share the responsibility with. So what happened? And he was like, it'd be like saying that your God catch me. And I was laughing. I was like, there was nothing like that. I just felt I wasn't the one you wanted. You were only looking for a reason to discard me. And I gave you in this exactly what you wanted.
Since he could actually adjust, since he could adjust and be with someone that was a full-time housewife, maybe if you have told him that this is what you cannot do, you cannot be a provider in your own home, he has to be the sole provider. Maybe
and even when he came back, he wanted me back. Do you understand? So I still feel he have this mentality of he still need a provider. Because she's not doing it, he feels like there is load on his shoulder. So he's looking for somebody.
You are Bob the Builder. Okay.
So he was actually looking for somebody who is going to help him one way or the other. So he just came back and I was like, no, if I didn't marry when you were single, I can't marry now when you were married, because you left me for this same person in question. So I think you should deal with exactly what you've decided to go with. Exactly. It's not my fault. So I think for a woman, if you have somebody who is telling you, you have to bring 50%, I bring 50%, we meet in the middle, is a no. Try as much, in short, pack your slippers. If you're packing, do it like this, dust it, put it inside your armpits. Oh yeah, fire on. Carry your leg, because he will wreck you someday.
He will keep taking and taking, and it's never going to be enough, because men naturally, like I keep saying, they are provider, not receivers. When they start receiving, they get relaxed. You're giving them what they're supposed to be giving you, so what's the point of them putting in any effort? Nothing. There isn't. There isn't. So women, like I said in our previous edition or in our previous episode, know what you want.
No.
You see, Z knows what she wants. She
Number one, no, I have to prioritize. My happiness matters because this is me. Nobody can give me happiness in this world. It starts with me first.
Exactly.
So if I don't get the happiness from who I am,
if you're not even happy within yourself, you cannot give the happiness out.
Exactly. So I know if I was desperate in the past, probably I would have gotten married to the same person.
And then you probably giving him 50% of your salary. That's beautiful. That's something I cannot do.
Seriously, it is said that your money is our money, my money is my money. I can decide to.
As a woman.
Yes, I can decide to support you as my partner if you are doing right by me. Mm-hmm. I used to mark this word. Only when you are doing right by me. If you're not doing right by me, even the support no go come.
It's still the same saying as when a woman is treated right, submission comes naturally.
Naturally.
I think I'm going to be saying this word over and over. We should write it up here. Like, when a woman is treated right, submission comes naturally. So, not a woman that she's a working class mom. Mm-hmm. She's very rich. I know her in this town. If I mention her post or something like that, you're probably going to know her. She has a husband and she has 2 kids. His first wife is a full stay-at-home mom, but she is not. She works. Mm-hmm. Like, she's a big woman. You know, her cars are even better than the husband's car. Mm-hmm. You understand? Mm-hmm. At some point, he told her that since his first wife is staying, is it the first or the second wife? I'm not sure. But the other wife, she's a full stay-at-home mom, a full stay-at-home wife. That that second wife has to be paying at least 30 to 50% of her salary to that woman that is taking care of her kids.
Nami talks say she don't look for a job.
But do you know what? She did that. She did that for like 3 years.
Wow.
But that's why I keep telling women, men are not used to receiving. When you give them, you spoil them. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You spoil them. So he was treating her nice, I guess. That was why she agreed. For like 3 years, she was sending the money straight to him. Once she received her salary, she's going to send a particular percentage. I can't remember, or she didn't disclose that part to me, to the man. Mm-hmm. And then eventually he started treating her bad. He started letting go of his responsibilities from her own side. Mm-hmm. Not providing, not doing.
He feels she's doing
has
okay.
More than enough. Exactly.
So there is no point for him to like struggle for nothing.
And that was how the marriage ended. There's this particular person that I follow on YouTube. Her name is Shira7. Go and follow her. But don't take everything she says because it will not work in this society. You know? Take what you can and leave the rest. That's why I keep telling people, even in this our podcast, don't use our own personal life experience.
Just because I said I couldn't get married to somebody who says he wants 50-50 does not mean you cannot do that.
Exactly.
It's my opinion and I still stand by it every
You shouldn't,
day.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean you cannot. You understand? In most cases. So when you listen to a particular discussion online, or when you listen to a video or whatever it is, don't use that as a final. Pick what is important, what can relate to your own life, and work with it. When I say things like that, there was a saying that says we fail in our own personal life because we keep copying from others. Exactly. Don't copy my life 100%. You will fail. I am not you, you're not me. God created everyone in his own unique way.
Different.
So my own life experiences must not be your own life experiences. My own life goals and objectives
cannot be the same thing as yours, because
be the same
we are two different human beings. What you can take is what I cannot take, and it's normal.
Exactly. Even though we see eye to eye with a lot of things with Z, that doesn't mean she should take everything I apply in my own life, and that doesn't mean I should take everything she apply in her own life. You understand? So find this particular person I'm saying online, Shira7. She's a Westerner. She stays in a developed country. I think it's in the US. She doesn't work one day in her life. She said ever since she got married, she stopped working. She doesn't do that. He is a provider. He should provide 100%. And he treats her right. She doesn't mommy him. When you keep giving a man everything, you keep telling him, this is what you should do, this is maybe $100, go get this, go get that, go get this, it's your money and everything, but you are being his mommy. You should be his wife, not his mommy.
I think I saw a marriage that, the guy was working at first and then he lost the job. And ever since he lost the job, for the fact that the woman was working, she was doing okay, he decided to
be relaxed.
Yes, he decided not to do nothing. She pays the rent. She buys the food stuff, even to the clothes he wears. She does all of those things. And sometimes when he wants to go out of the house, maybe to visit family or friends, she happens to be the one to give him transport. And along the line, she got tired.
Definitely.
One thing people don't understand is that a man cannot get tired only if he doesn't love you. Because just like we stated earlier,
He's wired to provide.
Providers. But along the line, I think she did it the first year, the second, and the third year she got tired. She said she doesn't feel it's going to work anymore. A man can never tell you that because he is meant to provide. You are not wired to doing it.
Providing.
You are not wired to provide. That is why you see it as a job, a full-time job.
But still, I want to believe he doesn't treat her right. You see, this submission comes naturally when you treat a woman right. Like I can't overemphasize it because I know our neighbor. There's one of our neighbor that time that she was the one working as a nurse, and the husband was I think disabled in one way. He couldn't work, and then to a point he got retired. Every time his salary comes, his pension comes in, he sends it straight to her account. He said she's the one taking responsibility of the house. She should be the one that make financial decisions. He's sick, he's there nurturing himself, but she's the one taking care of everything. But you see, a greedy person would say the pension is his.
Yes.
He will probably give her a percentage while she's still struggling with him and the kids.
Yes.
So deciding a good man is very important. But our topic today was to know how long should you wait. Paki says 6 months.
And Z said 1 year. It depends on who you have in your life. For me, I think 1 year would do because I feel in that 6 months, there's possibility the pretense might still be there. In as much as Spikey said 6 months, I think I'll go with 1 year because I feel in 6 months, there might be a lot of things you still hide. In as much as you cannot know somebody 100%, but to some certain extent, 1 year would do. So,
well, we're not talking about getting the marriage done. We're just saying get it to a stage where the man knows it's you he wants. 6 months is okay. You can put the wedding for the next 4 months or the next 1 year or the next 5 years if you want. No, not 5 years. That's ridiculous. But at least you can put as much time as much time as you want. But 6 months, he should be able to know you are worthy of being his wife or not. So don't settle for less, please, women. Don't settle for less.
Put you first. You should be your own priority.
Exactly. After your happiness should come first before any other person.
After you've prioritized yourself as a lady, you can think of prioritizing another person. But if you don't prioritize yourself, you'll be used and dumped. So I think please and please, on behalf of the whole ladies in the world, Paki and Zainab are saying, put yourself first.
Put yourself first. Make sure you're happy. So due to time, you know, we can't, even as much as we want to stay here and be telling you what you should do and what you shouldn't do for the whole day.
But the time spent won't allow us to do that.
So I wish you guys all the best, and please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Like I keep saying, it's very important. There is a plus sign or a bell, whichever one comes up on your phone. Just click it. That is all we need. It's not going to cost you anything. We just want you to click. Okay, like, share, subscribe, and comment so that we'll know your opinion and what you think about what we are saying. Or if there's anything you want us to discuss, you want to hear our opinion on, you can as well comment on it. We love you so much, and thank you guys for the support.
It's